So hello friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about merging two arrays. How to merge two arrays. If two arrays are already given to you, or you are told to input few elements of two different arrays, and then you are told to merge that two arrays into a single array, then how will you do that? So that's a very simple thing and very conceptual thing. If you just think about it, you can just do it. So here I have declared two arrays, and then merging that I have made this third array. Okay, so let this size I have taken 5, this size is also 5, and obviously if we add them, this size will become, or the size of the final array or length of the final array, that will become the sum of the individual arrays. Okay, obviously this will become 10. Now here I have already declared the size of the array, but if you want, you can just take the size of the array as from the user input. Okay, that will be much more professional, but just for an example, or to make the code little short and make it easy to understand, I have just made it 5 5, and here is 10. Okay, so 5 elements I have taken input from the user into the first array, then the second array I have taken input, and then I have merged all the elements into this single array of size 10. Okay, now just think one little bit. If the size of this array is 5 and this is the first array, this is the number 1 array, sorry, 1 second. If this is the number 1 array, then this first cell number will be 0, for the first index will be 0 to 4, and this will also be from 0 to 4. So that means 0 to 4. So here it will always obviously it will be 0 to 4, but since number of elements are 5, so here 5 boxes, or 5 you can say 5 rooms, or 5 cells, or 5 boxes of the array will be filled up by the first array. 1 2 3 4 5. So till here the 5 boxes will be filled by this array, obviously. So it will be also from 0 to 4. Done. Now this is from 5, means this will obviously, this array will also start from 0 to 4, but the size of the array is 5. So now you can see one thing, that whatever the size of this array is, that is the beginning position of its position, means 5. So what will happen if the second loop, obviously we need two loops. For a first loop for the first array to be merged into this third array, then for another loop we need, and that loop will just insert all the elements from the second array to this merged array. Okay, so whatever the size of that array is, in this case that is the position it needs to be inserted, obviously. Now it could have been different also, since in this example this is the thing. It can be different also. For example, something is 5, first array is 5, second array is 3, so obviously it will not start from third position. Obviously it will not start from third position, so it's better not to do that, in that way, not to do that in that way. So if we take the array size as n, so n plus I will be the index number of the second array's first position, means 0th position. I previous value will be 0. I loop will start from 0 less than the total size of this, or the length of the second array, obviously. Now n is the size of the array. For example, the size is 3. The size can also be 3, but it will not work like this. Okay, so in this case, or rather we can also do that, not to take this size as input, we can take the array of first. Yes, this is a point to be noted, that if we take the size of the second array as our index position for the second array first index position, then it can be less than it also, obviously, because this is the final array which is longer, much longer. It can be, the size can be 50 also. But second array, if the size is 3, then obviously at third position you cannot store, because already 5 positions are filled up. It's better to take this as our n. Then n plus I means that 5 positions are already filled. After that, n means 5, 5 plus 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. The fifth position, this element will be stored. Fifth position, because 0 to 4 are filled up. Now fifth position is left. Okay. Sorry, that was my mistake. So 0 to 4 means from 0 till n minus 1 is the first array. And from n, or rather you can say n plus I, to the 1 less than the second array, size of the second array is the second array's elements. Okay. So when we will write it, it will be much more clear to you. Let's do it. I will just update this. Merging, sorry, two arrays. Merging two arrays. Okay. Now let it be the size of the third array be 50. We will make it C, not like that. Okay, C. Done. Then it will be int A is equals to new int, and the size of this array we need. If we just write, okay, let's take this size as input and the size of the first array. First array. Okay. First array, it will be n1. Int n1 is equal to okay. Now size of the second array. Enter size of the second array. Second array n2. It will be n2 for us to understand. Now we will declare our arrays. Third array is already declared, or rather we will change it again, don't worry. We'll paste it here. It will be n1, and again this name will be B, array name ABC. Okay, 3 arrays, n2, and the third one C we will create now. We will cut it, we will paste it over here, and C will be n1 plus n2. N1 plus n2. Done. We are not taking any other variable, just we are writing n1 plus n2. So we have got for now the size of the first array, then the size of the second array, and then we have declared, or we have initialized all the arrays. We have created 3 arrays: A with the size n1, B with the size n2, and C with the size n1 plus n2. This is the third array. All the elements will be merged in the array C. Enter elements of the first array we need now. For example, first array I2 less than n1. This will be A. Done. Now same thing we will do for the second array also. Same thing we will do for the second array also. Acha, we need to declare this. If we just write here int I, okay, now we will copy this, because we need for the second array those elements also we need. Okay, for the second array, enter elements of the second array. So now n2, it will be n2, and this will be B. Now we have got the size of the first array, size of the second array, elements of the first array, elements of the second array. Now we have to merge it. Now just we have to merge it. So now we need two loops. First loop, wait, let me. First loop will continue from 0 to less than n1, obviously. n1, and that is the array A. So C means in the third array C, we will store the array A or the elements of array A. These comments I am deleting, these are from the previous program. You don't have to see this. Okay. So what this loop will do, it will take all the elements from the array A and it will store it in the array C from 0 till n1 or 1 minus n1 position. Okay. Now we need another loop to store the rest second array also in the third array, which is the array C. We'll copy this, we'll paste this. This will continue from 0. This also continues from 0. This also continues from 0 till n till n1 1 less than n1 plus n2, because that is the size of the third array. At the last we have to go now. At the last we have to go. That's the thing. C, it will be n1 plus I, and this will be B. So now if we check it, then I first value is 0. C, n1 means whatever you have entered here. So this is the position, this position, not this position, actually the size. So 5, the first time 5 plus 0. So if the size is 5, first time 5 plus 0, that means the fifth position, which is empty. Then sixth position, then seventh position, whatever. So like that I will increase, and in that position it will be stored. After merging elements, now we will print the third array after merging the arrays. After merging the arrays, we will write 0 till n1 plus n2, 1 less than or less than n1 plus n2. We will print C. Sorry, compile it. Now let's check this. Enter size of the first array. If we just enter the size of the first array, and whatever example I have given, let's first try that, then we will try something else. Enter elements of first array. First array is our 10, 13, 11, 15, 18. 10, 13, 11, 15, 18, right? Then second array 20, 22, 17, 25, 30. 20, 22, 20, 22, 17, 25, then 30. What happens? Okay, index 5 out of bounds for length. Wait, this should be index 5 out of bounds for length 5. Whose length is 5? Length is 5 is for B. This shouldn't be actually. N1, value of N1 will be stored here. That is already the size of the array. So 5. If the size of the array is 5, so 0 to 4 it will be storing. 0 to 4 it will be storing, and then second array is N2. That is also 5. So for the first there is 5. Acha. Out of bounds. Why it's out of bounds? Let us just create another variable and n3 and n3 and keep it at n1 plus n2 we have to keep there. Let us do that. That will be much more better. Let's see what happens. This is just trial and error. Okay, if you don't know whether it will actually work or not, but it's just doing that thing again and again. Let's see if this will work or not. Let's try with a small array. Let's give the size as 2. Elements of first array, let's give it 10, 25, and for the second array let's give it 89, 12, out of bounds. 0 1 it should be. So 0 to 1, index 2 out of bounds for length 2, but this shouldn't be length 2. 2 to 4, it should be length 4, it should be length 4. See, this is okay, this part is okay. Okay, let's do it in another way. Let us just initialize it with n1 less than n3. I is this. Okay, now will be at I position till B is I position. B will not be I position, right? B has his own I position. It will be from 0. It has to be from 0. From 0 to less than n3. 0 to less than n3. Okay. 0 to less than n3. That is correct. N1 plus I, if we do, then that will be N1 first. That means second position, third position, fourth position. So that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. Here B is not having, B is having two positions, 0 and 1. Okay. B is having only two positions, 0 and 1. So it cannot, acha. Wait. I think now it will work. Now it will work. Let's go. Now it will work. Now maybe it works. First element 25, 56, second 19, 25. Done. 25, 56, 89, 95. Okay. What was the problem was I was traversing this loop. I was declaring this loop from 0 to the length of the third array. But I forgot that the third array, this third array is too long. Okay, so this position will be the 9th position, but that position does not exist in this array, second array. So I have to continue the loop till the second array, 0 to 4. Okay, then that will be initialized, or that will be stored in the third array C at his own position. So the loop should run till this array, from the first position to the last position of the second array, not the third array. Okay, that was the problem. So whatever we did, the summary is like, first we have to input the size of the first array, we have to store it in a variable n1, then we need the size of the second array, we have to store it in n2, then we have to create two arrays of n1 and n2 size each individual, then we need another variable. If you don't need also, but here I have just done for the sake of convenience. Okay, that means the size of the third array will be the sum of the first two arrays. Obviously we are merging it. Then the third array will be created, then we need to enter the elements of the first array, then elements of the second array. Done. Now from 0 till less than 1 less than the 1 less than the first array size, okay, that we have to traverse using a loop, for loop. Okay, and in the 0th position, first the 0th position of the first array will be stored, and like this all the elements of the first array will be stored in the, or we will copy it in the third array. Okay, now another for loop is declared. This is the tricky part, and this loop obviously it will traverse from 0 to the total length of the second array. Okay, 0 to 1 less than the length of the second array, then whatever length of the first array was plus I you have to do, that is the position of the third array, and at that position B, or the ith position of the second array, will be stored. Okay, first time the logic is, first time I will be 0, so n1 plus I, that means n1 plus 0, that means n1. So n1 position at C, or the third variable, in that position B, the second array's 0th position, whatever element is present there, that will be stored. Okay, then I will become 1, so this will increase by 1, then it will increase by 2, then 3. So like this it will traverse the whole array of the second array B, and that all the elements will be stored in C, and then totally the third array will be printed. Okay, If you want, you can just take a screenshot or write it. You have it, you have pen or paper. Okay, this was a basic thing. Just the problem comes when we are going to replace, or we are going to copy the elements of the second array into the third array. Okay, there it creates little problem. Otherwise, this is just a basic program of array chapter, and I hope I was able to add some value. I was able to discuss something or share something. If you actually get to know something, then please write it in the comment section, subscribe the channel, and it gives a lot of motivation. So thanks for everything. Thanks for watching. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Take care.